We're catching up with Maddie and Tae on today's Country this week, and we're chatting about their brand new album, Through the Madness, Volume 1, which is really about the journey for these ladies through the madness, not only in their career in the last couple years, but even through Tae's recent pregnancy. There are some amazing collaborations on the project, and we're going to cover those. And we're also going to chat about navigating the decision to become a mom when you're a woman in the entertainment business. Are you actually an aunt?
I'm like truly an aunt. On my husband's side, his sister has a son and a daughter. So I've been in auntie mode for a while. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay, you're a professional, and we already know all we doing.
Oh my gosh. She is so freaking cute. Actually, Tay and Josh are coming over tomorrow because we have not really spent much time. We're weird. We're like, we spend all this time together working, but like doing like having a game night or like having them over for dinner, like those things are really important for us, like just to connect and really prioritize our time together just as friends. And so we get to do that tomorrow, and Tay's been doing so good. I'm so proud of her. Like anytime there's a baby in the NICU, like it's so hard.
That was so scary.
It's terrifying. And I don't know what's scarier, like, you know, her being in the NICU or just the journey to get there. It was really scary. It was really, really hard times. I keep joking that like I jinxed us with the album title because I'm like, oh my God, I named the album Through the Madness. And then literally a week before the album, baby Layton comes, and it's just crazy. And, but the dust is kind of settling now, and like Tay's getting settled and Layton's doing great. Josh is great. So I'm glad that we get to love on them though this week.
This might be an uncomfortable question. I'm asking because I've been reflecting on this for myself about the idea of motherhood for myself is something that I was so freaked out by in this industry.
Same.
Like,
same. 100%.
That's kind of, I was like, there's no doubt a pregnancy is an amazing thing to get to celebrate. I was kind of like, but was there a moment where y'all were kind of like, oh, like,
oh yes. I think the first moment, Tay was more and I was more, woo! So I was stoked, and but obviously when you're the one that's pregnant and having to do all the work, you are terrified. But we definitely had the moment. And like once Tay told me, I was like, we have to tell our management like 2 weeks. Like we really got to tell them soon so we can start like planning. And, you know, it's funny, like we planned this whole thing and like had this whole plan, and then God's like, nah, that's not what's going to happen. Actually, something better. It's going to be even better than you imagine. But yeah, it's, you know, I think there's this like pressure on female artists in country music, or I think just in the music and entertainment industry in general, actresses, musicians, everything, that you can't do it all. And I don't know why as a society we think women are that like one-dimensional. I'm like, we've been running since the beginning of time. Like, I don't know why we think like, okay, I truly believe that you can have it all. I do think that like having a baby on the road is going to be hard, but you pick your heart. You pick whatever's important to you is going to be worth it no matter how hard it is, like career-wise or family-wise. But I will tell you, I have my moments where I'm like, I don't know when I want to start a family. I don't know when I want to do that because I am scared. It's like you're trying to run a business. You're trying to make fans. You're trying to release music and like throw a baby in the mix, and it's a little complicated.
And you literally need your body to do your job.
Exactly. And you need it for both jobs. You need your body for your baby and your body for your job. Like it's so crazy. And I feel like it's hard, like as women to, I feel like you're going to feel guilty either way. Like if you're not with your baby and you're working, you're going to feel guilty. Or if you're working and you're with your baby, you're not working. It's just like, I wish that guilt would just go away, but I think it's ingrained for some reason in us.
The album is called Through the Madness, Volume 1. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Like we as in Tay, but I feel part of it. she birthed a baby, a human baby last week, and we're birthing an album this week.
That's right. I mean, we were mentioning kind of the unexpected madness of Tae giving birth just a week before the album comes out. But when y'all wrote this, what was madness really about? What was the madness about?
I love that question because I think the title embodies like a lot of different things, but the like madness that we were experiencing in the moment was the madness of the pandemic, not touring, trying to run a business that has no income, as everyone in our position was trying to do. And it was, our industry took a really hard hit and is still taking a hard hit. And there's so many businesses and everything that's just really had a hard time during this pandemic. But, we kind of, the way I like to explain it is like, once everything kind of felt real, like maybe by like April or May, where we're like, okay, this is not going anywhere and this is what we got to do. And we just started writing, which is the only thing that's been our only constant. Like we've changed record labels. We've had, the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, like been on top and then absolutely not even anything going on. Like we've had so many different experiences. But I think that this album is all about seeing the beauty in the madness and like kind of walking into the madness of your life with like, all right, I'm ready for whatever crazy life is about to throw at me. And I'm just going to do the best I can. Like that's kind of the underlying message of this album, which I feel like a lot of people need, or at least I hope, just like we are all in this together. And it's not like this, nothing's pointed to the pandemic. I'm not trying to I ain't trying to live in the past over here, but just trying to find the beauty and like the learning lessons and the wisdom that you get in those really hard times of life.
Yeah, no doubt. I was going to start with, because y'all wrote The Other Side with Lori McKenna, and she's featured on it. And it's so appropriate even for the conversation that we've had, like the connection between the madness and making it to the other side. Had y'all written with Lori before? Are you losing your mind? Are you like freaking out?
100% freaking out. Like 100% holy shit, we're writing with Lori McKenna. Like I feel that way a lot of times with writers, even if we're friends. I'm just like, I get to write with this person. I'm sure you feel that way
all the time.
But I think The Other Side was one of the first songs that we wrote together. I'm almost positive. Definitely like first or second, but we wrote that during the pandemic. And it just was one of those songs that just fell out. It was so natural. And actually Josh got the title from our documentary on YouTube called Reframed, because I was kind of sharing about like walking through a season of depression when our career just kind of like plummeted and everything just hit the fan. And so Josh was saying, I was watching Tae talk about you going through that hard time. And Tae just said like, I knew she was struggling, but I never worried because she always makes it out on the other side. And we just thought that was such a sweet sentiment. Like, when you see someone that you love going through a hard time, it hurts. Like my heart has just now returned to my chest from Tae being in the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
And, we kind of just wanted to like capture that emotion and capture like just that love that someone can bring, just saying like, hey, I know this sucks right now, but it's not always going to be this way. Just that nice reminder,
One of the best kept secrets in the world is how amazing Morgan Stapleton is.
Oh my gosh, I want to scream it from the rooftops.
And it's like one of those things here in Nashville, of course, we like know that, and we've gotten to hear her sing, on her own too. Talk about how this all goes down and what does Morgan mean to y'all? Are y'all buddies?
Yeah, so Don't Make Her Look Dumb, the song that she's on with us, was actually written the same week Die From a Broken Heart was. So this is like an older song that we had kind of like, just forgotten about. Like in your catalog, you have songs that you're like, oh, I love, but I just forgot about them. And it kept coming back. Like it was making its way around Nashville for like some pitch meetings and stuff. And our head of A&R was like, hey, this song is getting a lot of attention. Don't let it be someone else's hit.
Ooh, ouch.
I know. It freaked me out enough to be like, oh, okay, let's record the song. Cool. And so we like kind of breathed brand new life into this song that we had kind of like forgotten about. And Morgan, that came out of nowhere. Stephanie Wright, at Universal, she's like, "Hey, I think it'd be really special to have Morgan come sing on this song." And I'm like, if you can even work a miracle that like that, freaking go for it. And so I was just crossing my fingers that she'd do it. And man, what I mean, she's just insane. Like, I wanted to shine a light on women's voices that like people don't get to hear as much as like someone like Tay and I, or anyone that's like mainstream, I guess would be the right word. Just to really highlight two women that people I don't feel like get to hear enough of.